Welcome back, people, to another video. Today we are playing In Loving Oblivion. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, don't ask me what this game is about. I couldn't tell you. There's no audio. That's making me even more uncomfortable. Let's get right into it. There's the audio. I had known from last winter that you were no longer here. You were no longer mine. Not mine to confide in, to laugh with, to play. You came back a husk of betrayal, and I, forever enamored, greeted you with a smile. I had known from when he first laid eyes on you, awkward loner that he was, that you were gone and never coming back. In my highest of delusions, I thought I could change fate. In my most desperate height of denial, I thought I could defy him. And in my most bitter rage, I cursed you. I craved you. I missed you. Chapter 1, White. Were we in the forest? It was a quiet morning the first time he looked our way. A double take. A long stare. Winter break had just ended, frost still clinging to our coats and scarves. It was too cold to laugh, and yet we did it anyway. It was our way of defying the rules of nature, our way of trying to see the brightness of a bone-chilling cold. I remember talking to you, what I thought to be you, about what we did on winter break. Okay, is that me or that him? Asha. Yeah, we ate a lot of good food. Honestly, you should have come with us, Farah. I recall that winter season. My family had gone on a trip to Kane's father's resort planet. It was a really great experience overall. I had never been able to speak to October up close or at length before, but Kane had been friendly as someone like him could be. Okay, we got Asha, and we got Fra. You make me wish I had gone. You took pictures, didn't you? I don't remember the reason you didn't go with us. Me. I took a lot of them. Hold on. My phone was deep in my pockets. Always was whenever it came to you. It was only natural to hang off of your every word. As I dug into my pockets, it's when I became aware of him. Oh shit, why are you getting closer, bro? Don't pull out a knife. Oh nah, he got a knife. Why is his hand in his pocket? He's about to pull out something. He was standing off to the side, wearing the same color as his hair, white. If it were not for his eyes, he would have blended into the scenery. White snow, white clothes, white skin, white hair. Damn, mix it up at least. You know there's other colors of the rainbow, right? Is white a part of the rainbow? Hold on, I gotta do some research. Is white a part of the rainbow? Never mind, it's not. Yeah. Who is this? That demon? But his eyes drew me in, staring us down with that look that could only be described as pity. Okay, so why is my main character switching like nouns? He says his eyes drew me in, staring us down. Do I got bipolar disorder? No, what's it called? DID, dissociative something disorder? Pity for what? Wait, no, this is a completely different person. This guy got rings and shit. That expression barely graced me, his eyes tracing over your form as if he couldn't believe what he was seeing. You'll never be with him, I thought, angry at his stare. I was entangled within envy's smothering grip, jealousy bubbling up until his gaze found me. More than pity, he just looked sad. And I didn't mean to skip that. Why is he so close? Hold on, bro. I wasn't reading. At first, I was confused, startled by the raw emotion there. Okay. Asha? Your voice brings me out of it. My phone now in hand, he turns away, blending into the falling snow. I will never forget the color of his eyes. Red. Bro, what is happening? Am I having like a delusion moment? I'm so confused. Sometime later, I remembered his name. Monochrome Frost. That's him. That's Monochrome. He was a kid who often kept to himself outside of his group of friends. Though, he really didn't seem to fit in there either. They were all rowdy. A group of extroverts who adopted the introvert. From the outside looking in, that's how I felt. He stood out like a sore thumb, only wearing one color at a time just to match his name. Always monochromatic. The only thing that never changed were his eyes. Crimson. Why you gotta get so close to me, bro? Always standing out against his alabaster pale skin. No matter when he wore pink, green, blue, or black. The one fixture of himself that never changed. I recall in my observations of him that he rarely looked up, rarely looked anyone in the eye. His gaze was often downcast, and I had begun to see him everywhere. I had been determined to keep my distance. I knew the rumors surrounding him. The boy who couldn't erase the whispers that had followed him from elementary to middle school to here. Apparently, he was the reason Minji passed away freshman year. Now, who is Minji? Whole another character we don't even know about. People said that he saw things that couldn't be explained, that he himself was bad luck. We never spoke, and honestly, he didn't speak much. Rarely in his group, never in class, nor the halls. When he did speak, it was soft-spoken. He laughed, sometimes. He smiled, but it never reached his eyes. It was hollow, practice, fake. Though, when I look back on my memories with you that winter, I can see him in the background, watching. Why is he watching me so close? I remember around this time that I started to hate him, and while we didn't share many things, not classes or friends, I realized we share one thing, a longing for a life we would never have. We would stay trapped in the purgatory of inaction. That winter was stagnant. I refused to accept the warning signs every time he looked at you and avoided my gaze. No way this is leading to where I'm thinking it's leading. It was like he saw right through me, straight into the inevitability. And I skipped. My fault, hold on. The grade that existed in between. So it started with White. White was clearly Farah, the person that we were talking to. And then the second chapter was Red, which is this guy, Monochrome, because of his eyes. Now this chapter is called Gray. Who is Gray? Let's find out. You don't eat the same foods anymore. I brought you to the spot. We were regulars, just like everyone else we knew. Everyone in our class and the server only asked to be polite. That's me. Asha. What can I get you, boys? I expect you to say a club sandwich with a side of home-style fries and, of course, a chocolate milkshake. You don't. That's Farah. I'd like a stack of banana nut pancakes with cream. Oh, you don't stop there. But I remember being frozen in my seat. Stomach twisted into knots. Scrambled eggs, really crispy bacon, and I just watched you trace your finger over the menu. Grits, please. Thank you. Your smile was the same as it always was. Bright, shining. The server had turned to me. I struggled to respond, especially under your gaze. I shouldn't have been as startled as I had been. A red gaze in my peripheral, but when I turned, it wasn't there. Of course it hadn't. I remember smiling, swallowing down my saliva. Classic burger and fries, chocolate milkshake. I look at you, deliberately, I said. And a club sandwich. You don't even flinch. You don't even have a flash of recognition. This must be a prank, right? That's what I thought, but I had been too cowardly to ask about it. To speak up when I should have. I would have saved myself a lot of grief, but I knew I just didn't want to accept the reality of it all. Is something wrong, Asha? Your gaze is the same. Concern had colored your face. It was enough to keep up the act. I struggled to come up with the lie, so I settled on a half-truth. I was thinking about that kid from our school, the cursed one. You laughed. Chrome? You said it with a strange familiarity. I didn't like that. Bitter, I clenched my fist. You didn't deserve that kind of upset directed at you, so I relaxed. Yeah, him. Yeah, he's a bit weird. You should stay away from him. There had been an edge to his tone I only recalled during the spring. Our food had come quick, leaving the warning quiet in the air. I hadn't really understood why you stared at me longer than usual. I hadn't understood much of it all. You bit into banana nut muffins slathered in syrup with a touch of vigor. I nearly forgot you were deathly allergic to nuts. But hey, you could grow out of allergies, right? I don't know why, but this tone is just like kind of just depressing. It wasn't until the next winter that I confronted Monochrome. An entire year and I continued to cling to you. Well, the idea of you. Isn't that what love is? It had been a rainy day when I found the courage. I took him by the arm, desperation in my veins. I shoved him back up towards the wall. Up on smoke. From a year of watching him and being watched by him, I knew a few things. Bro, you good? Chrome would never fight back. A passive observer. You know something, don't you? My own voice is harsh. He does not look at me. You know something about Farah, right? All the pitied looks, the sadness, the quiet glances. Each and every moment bubbled up like magma. I recall all the times he would watch but not speak. I recall all the times he averted his gaze. I recall the jealousy, the envy, the misunderstandings. Speak! Tell me! Stop staying quiet! I remember shaking him, shoving him against a brick as if it would speak for him if I did it hard enough. Please. Truthfully, I had already known what I wanted to hear. I wanted him to tell me that he felt the same feelings that I did for Farah. I wanted him to confess and tell me that he would leave him alone, that it was just a passing crush, so Farah and I could be happy. He didn't. You. His voice up close was nothing like how you heard it in passing. It was much too soft, much more reserved. You already know it's not him. There isn't anything else I could tell you. He said it so confidently, it couldn't have been a fluke. I refused it nonetheless. You're a liar. He wasn't. Tell me the truth. Tell you want him? That isn't mathematical. Tell me you dream of kissing him. Anything. He had told me the truth. I knew it well. I knew it since last winter when the world was bathed in crisp, quiet white. I don't dream of kissing anyone. I am not interested in anyone. His tone was awkward, bumbling, and I remember feeling him shaking under my grip. Not from fear. He sucked in a breath. He pauses. I shoved him harder. Look, Asha, I'm Arrow and Ace. I don't want Farah. My world was beginning to shatter, even when I knew I was actively choosing this. And I wasn't gonna say anything. It was obvious you liked him, loved him, whatever you want to call it. He didn't look me in the eye, but it hasn't been him for a long time now. Hearing it hurt. Of course it had hurt, though you actively rejected it. It was wrong to take it out on someone innocent. I did it anyway. This is your fault. You're cursed, right? You did this to him. He cut me off. The chill of his hands had me meeting his gaze. I am. He admitted it too easily. I wonder now if he had been resigned to people's judgments, no longer wishing to fight. But you know as well as I do, he's not the same. I did. I had known since last winter. That's why I simply reared back my fist and let Chrome go. He sighed that time and said something I didn't think I would ever forget. Love confuses me, but it's not always so black and white. Do what makes you, and whatever you believe he is, happy. Nah, he cooked this shit. That's facts. I remember standing there for hours and hours and hours. You came to get me that night. Who is this? When did we get upgraded pictures? Is this the guy that had the gun in his hand? With the same smile, the same gaze, the one I remember falling in love with. I know you're not them, but not everything is black and white. Okay. Hold on, who made this? Your Labyrinth. Good shit. Good shit, Labyrinth. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. It was like calming. I don't know. That was calm. I like that. It's a straightforward story. I'm still kind of confused. What I don't understand is, why does Asha believe that him and bro is like, why did Farah change? Why? May not have the brain cells to understand some complex shit, but this one was pretty good. Regardless, that was In Loving Oblivion. Again, I don't understand the title. The only reason why I know the word Oblivion is because I'm currently playing The Elder Scrolls 4. That's the only reason why I understand this title. I don't even know what it means. Let me Google that. Yeah, I googled Oblivion and the game come up. No, meaning, bro, meaning. The state of being unaware or unconscious of what's happening. If I take this title literal, In Loving Oblivion means someone is in love unawarely. Or lack of awareness. This could have too many meanings. It could be that Asha is not aware that because he clearly knows that he likes Farah. And I don't know, man. Again, like I told you, I don't got enough brain cells to discern most of these stories. That's why I take most of the games that I play at face value, because I'm too stupid. Regardless, that was In Loving Oblivion. Very good. Good shit, Labyrinth. Anyway, Jake says till I die. Always remember it. Thank you for watching.